Hello viewers, welcome back to Ohio Airgun Shooter. In this video, I got my Hatsan 135 QE Carnivore out to do some target testing, kind of get an idea where it's shooting. I really haven't stretched it out outside at all yet. I've done some shooting indoors, but haven't really done any accuracy testing with it. Just pretty much some velocity testing and kind of mess around with some of the different weight pellets. But I just haven't had it outside to test out and see how accurate it is. I know some of these aren't very accurate. It is a very powerful air gun. It is gas piston. It is a brake barrel, and it is currently probably the most powerful brake barrel air gun, currently in the world. I don't know how much longer they'll make these. It's more of a nostalgia thing, being in the 30 caliber. They do have the other calibers as well, but at the time when I purchased this, just got a pretty good discount, and I needed to take advantage of it before they're gone. So here I am. I'm going to test out some JSB Diablo Exact pellets. I have two different weights. I have a 50.15 grain, the one on the left, and then I have a 44.75 grain as well. My sun's starting to angle up just enough to where I'm getting a glare. Let me see if I can fix this at all. Oh well, I guess and just enjoy the sun while it's there. But I did a short with this the other day, and got some pretty good velocity numbers with the 44.75 grain. I took 3 shots. I think the last 2 might have were probably dieseling a little bit more than the first shot, because I had some pretty good velocity numbers, and I mean foot pounds were just ridiculous. And then I switched to the 50 grain, and it seemed to settle down a bit. So I think I was having some dieseling, maybe a little bit of detonation there. I haven't done a lot of oiling on this, but a lot of times when I'm putting a pellet in, my thumb or something might get a little oil from the O-ring or the breech area, and I think when I put the pellets on, a little bit of that oil gets on the skirt or in the skirt, and that creates that little bit of a detonation, which helps boost velocity. So I mean, it's something you don't want to do constantly, because it will damage your air guns, but occasionally it's probably okay. And that's why I like to use a lot of times I like to use a heavier pellet starting out to kind of help combat that a little bit. That way, if there is any oils, the heavier pellets is supposed to kind of tame that detonation and dieseling. But anyways, I just want to use some open sights. I just kind of want to get an idea where this is shooting. I'm at a distance of right around 15 yards. Not looking for anything spectacular group wise. I just kind of want to see where it's shooting, because I haven't even adjusted the sight. So I also want to see how loud it is here in my backyard. I got my cat, he's laying right there, one of them, so hopefully it won't disturb him. I did fire a few shots in the ground. It is kind of loud. I got wooden fence on this side, but a chain link on that side with the neighbors. Nobody's out. Thinking everybody's inside watching football, so hopefully I don't disturb anybody. If this sounds like if it sounds like it's going to be too loud, I'm just going to stop the video. But it has the quiet energy muzzle brake on the end. It's supposed to help quiet it down a little bit, but it's still very loud. So I'm going to see how exactly backyard friendly it is. So I'll probably just kind of limit it to maybe 3 shots, and if it seems very loud, and we'll just kind of end it and just kind of see where we're shooting. But yeah, let me get it set up to where I kind of want to get an angle to shoot, and we'll take some shots and see where it's shooting. Alright, I'm currently sitting at a distance of, get my rangefinder here, where I'm sitting to the target I got down there, 15.35 yards or 14.04 meters. Probably from the end of the muzzle is probably just closer to 15 yards. I am going to start with the heavier 50.15 grain exacts, 30 caliber. Big chunk of lead. I mean, this thing There it is. Should get my 22 caliber exact to kind of compare with, but that's heavy. Hopefully that will. Again, when I shot a couple shots into the ground, it was still pretty loud. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, it's gonna smack that cardboard I got down there and probably make a pretty good little whack sound, but I'm just kind of curious as where this is shooting. I haven't done anything with the sights yet. They're pretty much bottomed out. I don't know how low this will be, but I'm just kind of getting a general idea of where it is to begin with. Sorry about the sun. Let me move my camera over here on this side of the fence. There, that's better. I'm a right-handed shooter, so even though I'm left-handed, which is kind of weird, because I'm right-eye dominant, being left-handed, but that'll work. Yeah, if this is really loud, I'm gonna have to just kind of. There's nobody outside, but I don't need any problems. But it's already in. All right. This is a very big air rifle. I mean, just it's heavy. It's got a short barrel. It's almost like a carbine almost. It reminds me of the Diana Model 34 Master Shoots, I think it was called. It was a shorter, cut down version. Had the big muzzle brake on the end. It really wasn't a muzzle brake. It was just kind of a handle to help you cock it. But it reminds me of that, and also my had a Webley, a UK Webley Exocet in 25 caliber, and it was the carbine as well. Sold both of those. I'm regretting selling the Webley to this day, since they ended up going to Turkey and becoming Hatsans. But all right, we'll just see how well this Hatsan does. Again, if it's too loud, I'm gonna just kind of maybe do 1 or 2 shots. But that's why I'm kind of hoping with the heavier pellets there. It does have an automatic safety. It engages every time. You just kind of pull it back with your thumb to put it on shoot, just like you would a hammer, I guess. But yeah, if this is really loud, we're just gonna, because I don't want any problems. All right, first shot. My cat's over there, so if he doesn't jump, it should be okay. But if he jumps, we'll see. All right, enough rambling. Let me. All right. Again, right around 15 yards. Used kind of the artillery hold, just kind of let it rest on my open palm on top of this cushion here. Alright, first shot. Haven't done anything to the sights yet. I'm going to aim right dead center of the one circle. I got 3 3/4 inch circle drawn. Pretty much my usual targets that I use. That wasn't too bad. But where I was aiming, it's way up to the right and high on the right target. I was aiming at the left target. So, which means I probably got to bring the front sight way over. But that wasn't as loud as I thought it would be. So if I want to go right, I need to come left, which would be this way. So I went over 12. That one moved it over right to the middle line. They come over some more. I'll come over another 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. All right, one more shot. That's almost right next to the shot on the line. Let me bring it over a few more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll bring it another 8. So it's definitely shooting to the right with the heavier lead. It might be different with the 44 grain, so, but this is heavier. I'm just trying to tone down any dieseling or combustion or detonation that I'm having, and it seems to be doing it just fine. All right, let's go take a look at those. It's not too bad noise-wise. All right, let's go take a look. At least I'm over on this side now, but this was my first shot and I was aiming here, so way up to the right. And then my second shot, or I think this was my second shot, and then my third, and then my fourth. So no, first, second, I think third, and then fourth. So I mean, I don't know how much further I can bring that over before it's maxed out. So let me bring it over some more and do a few more shots. And then maybe we'll switch to the 44 grain instead. Alright, here's the difference in pellets. This is the 50 grain and then this is the 44 grain. Basically the same size. This one's definitely heavier. Seems a bit more chunkier. A little bit thicker around the, you can see around the neck. It's a little bit more thicker further down from the neck down to the skirt. This one's more tapered. So it's right there's where your weight is. So let me max out my, let me move my sight over some more and see if we can get it to at least hit the bullseye at least, or close to it. Now, as you can see, I got it pretty much as far over as I can get off center. So let's see, hopefully that will work with the 50 grain. And then we'll switch to the 44 and see where they're shooting, if they're doing the same thing. Alright, it's getting ready here, and there's a squirrel. I don't know if you see him. He's right there on the fence. Right there, where the little pieces kind of broke. Don't worry, bud, I don't think this thing's gonna be able to hit you. Go get your peanuts. So, alright. Yeah, I brought the sight all the way over to the left. So bringing it to the left, so that should move it over. I can't really go anymore, so we'll see. I mean, it's just these heavier pellets. This thing is just a huge gun. So we'll see. I mean, I guess I could. It's not too loud. It's quieter than I thought it would be. I mean, I guess I could move the phone camera down there and maybe kind of see what it sounds like from that end, but it's not too bad on this end. So, squirrel is going over there to get his peanuts, so tell you what, if this doesn't scare him, it ain't too bad then. I'm going to tighten my grip a little bit more. Actually, I'm just going to show this thing really, I mean, it's just, it kicks hard. I mean, being a springer, you got the release, which is a backward motion, and then when the piston stops, it brings it forward. Now, I don't know with the gas piston if it has the twist like a Springer does, because your spring kind of has that twist to it. But this is my first gas piston. Everything I've ever owned has been spring piston. So, all right, let's see how this does. I mean, you can't really see the target way down here, but I'll let you see the gun, the air rifle, and how bad it just shakes. But I'm gonna hold it tighter. I just went through and checked all the screws, they're still tight. Tell you what, there's really no point in putting a scope on this thing because they just break. So it's definitely going to be I mean, I don't know if I can even bring the sight over anymore because it's like so far to the left, I can't even get a good sight picture. So, I don't know. I have no idea where that is. That might be a bullseye. the smoke there, so I had a little bit of combustion. Maybe my fingers getting just a little bit of oil on there. All right, still smoking. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's just friction, or you know, I get a little oils on my fingers. And you put that on, you know, you put a pellet in there, and a little bit of that oil gets in the skirt. You're going to have a little bit of a detonation just because of that effect. All right. I'm gonna hold tighter again. Nope, Carl's over there. Nope, the groundhog's sitting over there eating now. I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, she's over there eating, so don't seem to be bothering her any. She just came right out to eat, so guess it is quiet. She's a nice fat target, but she's off limits. She's got a reward for leaving my garden alone. Her peanuts, so she can fatten up. All right, shot number 3. 50 grain, 50.15 grain exacts. Looks like I hit one bullseye so far, so. I'm gonna hold this tight. It seemed to work. You better get out of the way, squirrel. One just jumped up. Alright, let's go take a look at those. Safety on, it's empty. Well, no smoke came out of that one, so no detonation or diesel in there. Just set this here on the pillow. Let's go take a look. Looks like I hit a bullseye. Alright. Mama groundhog over there. You just eat your peanuts. She is huge. Look how fat she is. Here she goes. Go on. Hey. It's not a bad group for a 30 caliber. Oh, that was, yeah, I hit the bullseye. But there's my 3 shots, my group. 50 grain. Yeah, I mean, I came over, so I don't know if I can't come over anymore. Maybe I'll get a few more clicks out of that, but it's just I'm over as far as I can go. You know, I probably should flip that up, make sure the sight screws are tight too. But let me switch to the 44.75 grain exacts, and we'll shoot over here. So hopefully it won't go way over there, but we'll see where those are shooting. So I'm going to cover these up with some stickers and just. So okay, let's move to the 44.75 grain. All right, we're going to go down to the 44.75 grain JSB exacts. Again, 30 caliber. So again, I got my burst sight all the way to the left. This thing is a beast. The cock. Here, we can't pan out anymore. Yeah, we can. Okay. All right. Let's see. Alright, move to the right target. I got the sun right in my face. Let me move over a little bit into the shade here on this. I got the fence here, kind of help me with the shade, or the sun. Again, I'm facing west. So, tell you what, if I get all these in that 3 3/4 inch circle I've drawn, I'll be happy. Again, this is 15 yards. And I'm holding it tight. Well, you saw how, bad this thing shakes, kicks. All the screws are tight. I went and checked them. Not sure where that one went. Should have brought my binoculars out. Pretty quiet that shot too, so no smoke, so the 50 grain pellets really helped with the dieseling and the oils. Hold this one tight. Yeah, you gotta hold this gun tight. It's a beast. Reminds me of that, what was it, 5.77 caliber T-Rex rifle you saw on YouTube. It was knocking all those Turkish or Arab guys over. That's funny. All right, I can see, I think this is shooting to the right again. So I don't know what I'm going to do because it's all the way to the left. Just got the Kentucky windage it, I guess. All right, let's go take a look. Yeah, it's not too loud. Yeah, everything's to the right. I mean, jeez. I don't even know where the 1, 2, where the heck is the third shot? Wasn't that, wasn't I have no idea. Maybe down here? That might have been it. Let me see. That went through. I don't think it went through. Heck, I don't know. I don't know where that third shot went. 1, 2, maybe 2 there? Huh. There ain't nothing I can do. I mean, it's over as far as it will go. Let me try 3 more. I'm just going to have to use some Kentucky windage and try to bring it over myself. Maybe even just reset the sight in the middle and then just bring it over myself. So, I mean, I don't know what else you can do. You know, unless you just turn it into a shotgun of some kind. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's go back and try some more of those. Alright, I'm going to try 3 more shots. Yeah, I can't bring the rear sight over anymore. It's all the way over to the left. So I'm just going to have to try to just kind of adjust. See, I was aiming in the middle, so it was about what? 2.5 inches over. So I'm going to aim dead center because elevation seemed to be okay. I'm going to aim and put my red fiber optic front sight right on the left side of the circle, the line drawn. So I'm going to aim right at that. And hold tight. 1. No idea where that went. Hitting pretty hard. No more smoke, so diesel lane's definitely been tamed. Alright. I don't know what kind of velocities I'm getting right now, but it's supposed to be like 550. Alright, shot number 3. Same aim, just on that left part of the circle that I've drawn. That's 3 3/4 inches in diameter. Alright, I think I might have hit the bullseye. We'll take a look. Alright. Yeah, that thing smacks pretty hard. Nope, no bullseye. The 3 up. So my elevation came up, but I got a group there at least. That's 1 inch. So those 2 are 1 inch, but those one's outside, so. I was aiming right here, dead center, so it's up again still. So, and I can't bring that down because I already have the rear sight all the way down. So, I don't know what to do. And that's 44 grain. Maybe try some 50 grain again and do the same thing because I landed those 3 right there. So let me go back to the 50 grain and aim right here. So maybe we can get a group in the bullseye there. So. I mean, this ain't bad. It's just too high compared to this. I'm pretty sure that looks like 2. That looks like 2 in the same hole right there. So 1, 2, 3. So I mean, that's just what, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. But everything's this way, and I can't bring the sight over anymore. So I don't know what to do. But let's try 3 more of the 50 grain. It seemed to like those the best, maybe. So we'll see. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to move back to the 50.15 grain, 30 caliber exacts. Those were windage wise good where I was aiming, which was to the left of the circle drawn. I'm gonna stay with the right target. I put some shoot and see cover up stickers over top of the holes. So let's see where this is. Maybe the 50 grain will center more around the bullseye elevation wise. I'm gonna aim again right at the left of the circle drawn, dead center. I think that's just above the bullseye, like right above it. Yeah, there's just no point scoping this thing. It'll break any scope, no matter how air gun rated it is. All right. I think it might like these 50 grain pellets better than the lighter 44 grain. I got more 44 grains. I got some Predator Polymags, and then I got some JSB, I think Hades. All right. All right, I shot that one open palm, so I don't know how good that was. But let's go take a look. It looks satisfactory so far from back here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's 1 inch. But I thought I hit the bullseye. I'm not sure which one of these is my last one, because I shot one of these open palm instead of holding it tight. These first two, I believe that I shot these first two tight, but it likes the 50. I mean, everything's within that 3 3/4 inch circle, or 3 3/4 inch circle there. But yeah, I mean, the 50 grain has the best group by far. Again, my aim was right here, so I mean, I was aiming here, so everything, as long as I'm aiming there, so it's aiming about 1.5 inches, a little over 1.5 inches, shooting to with the rear sight all the way to the left, aiming here. It's shooting what, 1.5 inches to the right and up. So, and the that's at 15 yards. Maybe if I backed it out some, it would probably drop maybe a little bit more. But I haven't even adjusted the elevation. It's just the windage, but not bad. You know, I'm satisfied with that. I'm gonna put up a rodent target and take a few shots with the 50 grain and just see if I can hit anything from 15 yards open sights. So let me switch out the target here and I'll be right back. All right, I set up a rodent. I think it's a marmot or a skinny groundhog. Not the, speaking of groundhogs, she's back. Don't worry, I'm not practicing to shoot you. Over there. I think it's more like a prairie dog or a marmot. But yeah, it's at 15 yards. I'm gonna use my Kentucky windage. I'm gonna aim way to the right, probably right at the edge of the paper, maybe a little bit over. Again, it's shooting what did I say, about 1 inch and 1.5 inches. If I'm aiming, you know, to the left, it's aiming 1.5 inches to the right, with the rear sight maxed all the way to the left. So let's see how this does. I'll go ahead and pan out. I don't know if you can see the holes from way back here with this zoomed in. I don't want to get too blurry, but I'll just pan out and then we'll walk up and look. Because I just like showing you how bad this thing kicks. I mean, it doesn't kick, but It's just, it has a violent shooting stroke. I mean, just when I cock it, it sounds really dry. At least when I bring it back up. I mean, I don't know if there's anything you can take it. Anybody take these apart and polish them up inside, or I mean, does that help? I mean, how much tuning can you do on these? Being a spring piston instead of a springer. I mean, I got the sun in my eye again. Let me level this. All right. Let's see if I can hit the marmot. 50 grain, 50.15 grain JSBs, exacts. Actually, yeah, if I aim right at the edge of the paper on the left, it should land right in the center there. So I'm gonna hold tight again. I think it's hitting it in the head, so it's still shooting high. Let me drop it a little lower. I mean, 2 headshots is. I think the first one was, I might have just grazed his left ear, or right ear. Right, I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Try to hit him in the heart. Don't have to be too graphic about it. Let's go look. I'm ready to wrap up this video. My shoulder's getting sore. Just kidding. Now this thing shoots like a shotgun, shooting slugs. I don't know if you ever shot a 12 gauge slug gun. That's kind of probably how it probably acts. All right. I don't even know. It might have been the second shot, but this was my 3rd shot. So 1st shot, 2nd shot, 3rd shot. So I just grazed his ear. Probably survived, but he would have ran off. So, but yeah, aiming here. So I was aiming here. This was the first couple shots, and then I brought it down some, and it landed here. So yeah, this thing, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tame the beast, but I mean, the 50 grain seem to shoot the best. Let me try these here. I'll do 3 and 3, and then we'll walk up and then see what it's like. But yeah, I mean, the thing kicks hard. So let's do 6 more shots, 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, she don't seem to mind at all. Look at her. She's like a ball. Look at that belly. She needs to be wearing a sumo wrestler diaper or whatever that is they wear. I'm not making fun of you. Alright, I'll do 3 shots to the top target and 3 shots to the bottom target. Just continue to use some Kentucky windage. Shooting high. I don't know if I can bring it down anymore. I can't really. So just gotta aim low and to the right or to the left. I'm gonna start with the top one. So I'm wondering if I aim dead center at the marmot, if that will land in that upper target. I'll use a tight hold again. Definitely hold on to this barrel when you cock it. You don't want it coming back up on you. It's like over 50 pounds of cocking effort there. She's still sitting over there, so it's not loud enough to bother her. So, Hatsan, you've done your job, at least with the moderator. The quiet energy technology. So good kudos there. Alright. I don't know where those even landed. We'll try 3 more. Try for the bottom target. Maybe they're starting to center a little bit. I'm not sure where those are. Alright, 3 more. And a little bit of smoke coming out of the bottom. Or the barrel, maybe some friction. Well, I'll just aim dead center at her. And I'll aim a little lower, like at her feet. See where those are going. I'm hitting the box. Ugh. Smoke coming out of the end of the barrel. Alright, last one. And we'll call it a day. Get aiming at her feet, right in the middle, kind of where her tail would be coming down. Definitely hitting the box. Alright. Yeah, she's not phased at all over there. Well, actually those are shooting right where I was aiming. And then down here is a 3 at the bottom, so actually not bad. So how was this? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So these 3, or was it these 3? Well, anyways, I was aiming over here. For this, I was aiming right here, and 1, 2, 3. Down here, I was aiming right here. So windage was okay. Just elevation was a little bit up, but 1, 2, 3. So that's what, 2.5 inch circle there. No, that's probably 3 inch. So 3-inch group with 30 calibers, 50.15 grain pellets. I mean, that's, I mean, that would be acceptable. You're not going to hit dimes with this, I don't think. I mean, like, again, it kind of shoots like a 12 gauge shotgun when you're shooting 1 ounce slugs. Just, I mean, that thing's got a heck of an arch. So maybe I need to take it back to 20 yards and then try from there. But that'll be another video. So let's go back to the table and wrap up the video. The Hatsan QE, or 135 QE Carnivore, 30 caliber gas piston brake barrel air rifle, using 2 different weights of the JSB exacts, the 44.75 grain and the 50.15 grain. I think the winner today is the 50 grain. I mean, they grouped the best. I mean, I don't know if you get much better group than that with open sights and, you know, that heavy chunk of lead there. You know, again, this like I mentioned, I think this thing kind of shoots like a 12 gauge shotgun while using slugs, deer slugs. I mean, that's got to have one heck of a pellet arch coming out of the barrel. Again, this is at 15 yards. Again, open sights. This thing, you got to hold it tight. That seemed to kind of tighten up my groups a little bit. Starting out, it was shooting a lot like up, really up and to the right. I brought the rear sight all the way to the left, and it was still shooting a bit to the right, so I had to use some Kentucky windage there for a few of those shots. But with the marmot target, or vermin target, whatever, varmint, the first 3 shots, I was aiming to the left of the paper, and they were up and right around the head area, although I did hit one almost in the center bullseye. But then the next 3 shots, I was aiming dead center, because I was trying to hit the right target, the right upper one, and everything landed right where I was shooting. And the same thing with the bottom. When I moved to the bottom, I was aiming at the base of the tail, and it was a little bit elevated, but it grouped, and everything was windage wise right where I was shooting. So not sure what to think of that. More work. Again, I think it likes the heavier 50 grain pellets. I have a few more. I have 2 more brands of the I think 44.75. I might have one more 50, but I got the Predator Polymags in 30 caliber, and then I got some JSB Hades, which are kind of like a hollow point. So maybe we'll try those next, and we'll move back maybe to 20 yards and see if that will help with elevation. I haven't even touched the elevation on this site at all, so it seems to be okay where it is. It's just windage, and for the most of the shooting I had to use Kentucky windage, but it is a fine looking air rifle. I'm not gonna scope it. It's just pointless I'm not gonna break any scopes. It's I don't care how strong of a scope it's supposed to be rated for springers or whatever, but it's gonna break. So I'll just keep open sights, but it's not bad. It's got the Quattro trigger. I haven't adjusted that at all. The trigger is really not that bad, but it is a fine looking air rifle, and so far it shoots pretty good. It's got a pretty good kick to it. Again, being a spring piston, well, not spring piston, but gas piston, same thing. It's got the rear, like when it releases, you know, the gun will kick to the back, and then when the piston stops, it has that rearward forward motion. So that's pretty much what breaks your scopes. Anyhow, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Alright, so here's the box I was using. This was the same one I was using for the velocity test when I was using the Ruger 1022 from Umarex, the 177 caliber. Here's the 30 caliber. Kind of went through, but look, it caught a lot of them. It's like they're frozen in time. It's pretty cool. They're actually still in there. I have to get those out. But I think this box is done. But that's the cool thing about this. Just again, these plastic shopping bags. And once you're done, just throw it in the trash. But yeah, looks like it's pretty cool how it kind of just caught them all. There's some in the pines back there. I got those pine 8x8s. There's a few. I'll have to dig all those out. But yeah, I need to get some river mulch, maybe even make another type of pellet trap. But yeah, oh, there's one. There it is. I think it's one of the 44. Yeah, it's one of the, no, it's one of the 50. So kept the shape pretty good. Not hitting hard surface. You can kind of maybe see the rifling on the skirt. Maybe. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Yep, that's a 50 grain chunk of lead right there. Alrighty. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.